All right, so we're at Sebring International Raceway, SRO weekend here. I'm here with the now manager of STR 38 Motorsports, John Lee Miller. So, John, I think when I first met you, you were essentially part of the genesis of the program. You were a driver with Sam and also a coach, and now you're the manager. Can you talk about how you made that transition from driver to manager and what it meant for you?
Sure. Yeah, so I've been with Samantha Tan Racing since 2018 as a driver and a coach. I've worked with a number of different drivers who've come through our program, including Harry Gottsacker and Chandler Hall, who are still driving with us today. We've won a bunch of championships together. We've raced all over the world. It's been a really wonderful journey with the team. And end of 2022, kind of mid to end of last year, there was an opportunity to step into team manager position on the GT4 side. And so, yeah, it kind of just made sense. You know, the team is based near where Samantha and I both live in Southern California. And we were building up a GT4 program for the long term. That turned into also managing the GT3 program. And it's been a big transition, but you know, it's been very gratifying because early in my career, I managed my own programs, you know, and that was with me and one other guy, prepping the car ourselves, towing the car, and you know, on a much smaller scale, I knew kind of what it took to put a program together. And I've also been very fortunate over the years to race with a lot of really top tier teams, both in the U.S. and Europe. And so I've seen how the good guys do it. And in the back of my mind, I always thought, man, I'd really love an opportunity to try and put a team together my way and do things that I think would be really gratifying to win races and get results, even not as a driver. And it wasn't something I was looking to get out of the car or, you know, phase that out. I'm still actively driving, and I will continue to do that for a while. But yeah, at the moment, just managing the GT4 program here and the GT3 program as well, and really enjoying the success and the strides that we've made the last couple months.
Right, and then you also mentioned you're still driving, which you're still doing with Samantha in Europe, with the, correct, I think it's Rinaldi Racing?
Yeah.
With the brand that shouldn't be named on the channel, but we know, because Sam and her dad are big fans of that particular brand.
Yep, exactly.
How do you like driving that brand of car?
Yeah, so we're racing under the Samantha Tan with Rinaldi Racing banner in Europe. Rinaldi's another great team. One of those teams I mentioned that I had a previous relationship with. I've done some prototype racing with them in Europe and just really believed in the way that they do things. So we decided to partner up with them for our European adventures this year with another brand of car. And it's been really fantastic, again, to continue in that driver role and race some great tracks in SRO Europe, which is also, you know, really wonderfully managed series over there. So it's been a very busy year going back and forth between Europe and the US, racing, managing, bouncing between the roles. But yeah, again, been very gratifying to wear the different hats and switch between the roles. I did a bit of driving in our GT4 program as well earlier in the season.
I think at Sonoma, you basically were the emergency driver for this car behind us.
Exactly.
You hopped in. I think you want to say you podiumed in one of those races.
Yeah, we podiumed.
And we got the classic John Miller champagne spray into your mouth. Like, oh, forgot.
Exactly. It was a good time. So yeah, it was those weekends where I'm driving and managing, especially early on in the season, were extra busy because I was really having to juggle a lot. But I think now, you know, there's a few other guys in my position who drive and manage, and I've gone to them, you know, some guys who've been doing it a lot longer, and I talked to them and said, hey, you know, what's the best way to go about this? How do you really partition your time and your focus, and how can I be successful driving and managing at the same time? So I have some good people, good friends in the paddock to talk to who do the same thing that I'm doing now, and yeah, I still have a lot to learn, but really relishing the opportunity and loving the new dual role with the team, and looking forward to continuing. And yeah, you know, we got our first win in GT3 at Road America, which, you know, I got as emotional for that win as I would have been if I had been in the car myself, which was kind of unexpected, but we were so thrilled because to see everything that goes into it and to be a part of all the decisions and bringing in all the guys, just, you know, being a part of the whole recipe building process versus just being the guy that hops in and drives. It's a different feeling, but it's super exciting and super gratifying when we get those results.
Yeah, so Road was really nervous because I think with that race that you guys won, there was a big wreck during that race, and then trying to manage the traffic and everything, make sure you didn't get blown out of the water, because I know Bimmer World, Chandler Hole, who also races for them in GT3,
Correct.
basically he went through some debris and the end of his race, basically.
Yeah.
That was a challenge, and then probably nerve-wracking as a manager, not only as well as a driver, but congratulations on that win.
Thank you.
And also success in Europe. So not only do you race with Rinaldi, you're also working with Sam the Nürburgring, where you're
correct. Yeah, that's
2 weekends ago. I want to say time flies.
2 weekends ago was it was our last Nürburgring race for the year that we ran with a team over there called Schnitzelalm Racing. Great guys, and running the BMW M240 Cup, and really just trying to help Sam get her permit. The Nürburgring has its own crazy licensing process.
Right.
And so we had to go through all the steps there to make sure that next year, if she wants to go back and race there, that she can race the GT4 or even the GT3. And now we've kind of ticked all the boxes, gone through all the steps there, which, it's tough because if you go there, if you miss one of the races or if you have a DNF for whatever reason, they say, you have to try again. So thankfully, everything went smooth this year with our Nürburgring permit process for Samantha. We even won one of the races, which was unexpected. And Samantha's performance, both in the GT3 car here, both in the other brand of GT3 car that we're racing in Europe, and also the Nürburgring. And we've really pushed her this year to up her game.
Yeah.
And I got to say, as someone who's coaching her and managing the whole program and watching really every lap she does, I'm super impressed with her dedication and her improvement in pace. Her confidence in the car has taken a big step forward this year. We've got Neil Verhagen as her co-driver this year in the BMW GT3, factory co-driver, and his knowledge, his experience has really, I think, helped up her game as well and upped our game as a team.
Right.
But her personal performance is as close to a pro driver with Neil as it's ever been.
Absolutely.
So we're really, really thrilled to see that.
Yeah, no, Neil's got a lot of experience, even though he probably looks about 12 years old.
Yeah.
But obviously, Road America was really successful for both Sam and Neil. Sam's putting in great lap times, and I think was the top speed at Road America at one point.
Yep.
Super fantastic. So continued success with this program, John. So what's the goal for next year? Because basically this season's almost over. We got one more race. Where would you like to see the team go from here into the end of next season?
Yeah, good question. So we do have one more race after this weekend in Sebring, the Indy 8-hour. We want to finish on a strong note there. We've got another young driver joining us as our third driver, a kid named Jake Walker will be our third for that race. We'll be announcing that publicly here soon. And so really, first off, we want to finish this year on a strong note. We've been on a huge upswing. We've been on the podium the last 4 races in a row. We want to keep that streak going. We have a lot of momentum. So the idea is to carry the momentum into next year. I think next year will probably look a lot like what this year has looked like in terms of the U.S. program. I don't know exactly what we'll be doing in Europe yet. Probably something.
Probably something Nürburgring related.
We're certainly ready for that. We prepped for that, and we'll see. We have to see how the schedules line up with what we're doing here in the U.S. I think long term we want to keep going. At some point we do want to go do Daytona. We want to move into IMSA. When exactly that happens, we're not sure yet. But there's a lot of momentum, and we want to make the right step at the right time, and I think that's our plan.
Awesome. Again, thanks for your time, John, because we got to get ready for qualifying.
Qualifying's up pretty soon here.
15 minutes.
Exactly.
But thanks for your time, John.
Absolutely.
Continued success.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.